Did you enjoy riding gnarly hills? If you do, you need to check out Raines OHV Park. Where the heck is that? You might be out in the boonies, but they do have a payphone here. Welcome to the Bay Area Dirt Biking Channel. Take a look at that. Raines OHV is located west of Paterson, so for most Bay Area riders, you'll be looking at about an hour and a half drive via 580 west, connecting to I-5 south and exiting California 130 west. Most of the trails in this park consist of challenging trails going up and down a mountain. Although many of these trails are not necessarily super steep, many sections of these trails are full of ruts as well as loose gravel, which will challenge riders at any level visiting the park for the first time. This park is fairly isolated and there's no cell phone reception, so consider coming with a partner or bringing a satellite-based communicator in case you get into any kind of trouble. Like Carnegie, the trails in this park are bi-directional, so if you can, it would be best to come during the week when most likely you'll be the only one on the trails. The park is about 1/3 the size of Carnegie, but between all the marked trails it will take you a couple of hours to fully explore the park and then start repeating your favorite trails. In my opinion, this park is best suited for advanced riders since most of the trails consist of challenging hills. But if you happen to live out in the valley and this is your closest park, or if you're just looking for a change in scenery, don't let that discourage you. There are trails along the base of the mountain that are suitable for beginners and intermediate riders. It's just that you'll be a lot more limited relative to other dirt biking parks like Carnegie, for example, which has many more trails for beginner and intermediate riders. By the way, like Carnegie, this park can get pretty toasty during the hot days, and it closes down during the fire season, so plan your visit for the fall through the late spring. When visiting this park, do not count on getting a trail map at the entrance, since most of the time you won't find one. Consider bringing a GPS-based app on your phone with an offline map showing the trails. Both Gaia GPS and Onyx Off-Road show all the labeled trails. To a first order, this park can be divided into 3 main sections. The area west of Deer Park Canyon, which includes West Loop Road, Concrete, Kidney Stone, West, and West Creek trails. The area east of East Fire Trail, which at the time of the production of this video was closed due to the wildfires from 2020. And the middle section, which includes East Road, The Rut, The Rock, Mats, Truck, Spider, Drop-In, and East Fire trails. Let me walk you through each of the trails and give you my personal opinion on their level of difficulty. If you're a beginner, you might want to start your ride with West Creek Trail and East Fire Road. West Creek Trail is just west of the entrance and it runs parallel to a creek. Although it is not very long, this is the only trail that does not have any hills per se. East Fire Road runs east of the park entrance, and although it starts with a short climb, for the most part it's a wide dirt road with good traction and suitable for beginner riders. Just make sure you stay on it since there are many auxiliary trails along the way which are better suited for intermediate riders. After about 1.5 miles, East Fire Road will become East Fire Trail, where the road becomes narrower, windier, and you'll start climbing a hill. In my opinion, East Fire Trail is best suited for intermediate riders since it has many cornering sections with loose gravel and you'll be riding near steep sections. Instead, try riding West Loop Trail first on the west side of the park. This trail is fairly wide with relatively good traction and no cornering for the most part, but it is a hill climb with a few technical sections that will provide some good challenges for beginner riders. If you consider yourself an intermediate rider, you can add to the list Rut Trail, East Fire Trail, and Rock Trail, this one being the most challenging of all. You can also try to ride Drop-In Trail when you get to the top of East Fire Trail. Just make sure you come back down via East Fire Trail since all the other trails to get you back down are Black Diamond trails. Finally, if you're an advanced rider, you should be able to ride all the remaining trails. In the middle section, Mats and Spider are comparable in their level of difficulty, but I found Truck to be harder since the initial segment is all full of ruts and not as much fun to ride. On the west side, Concrete and Kidney Stone, my 2 personal favorites, might be the 2 most technical marked trails in the park. These 2 trails run parallel to each other so you can ride them back to back to make a loop out of them. They both have rocky technical sections along the way, and in the case of Kidney Stone, it also has ruts and eroded sections that will add to the challenge. Don't wait late in the afternoon to ride these 2 trails or you'll find yourself trying to ride them with the sun shining straight into your eyes. Finally, the crossover segment between West Loop and West Trail is also a lot of fun to ride. Be aware that the last segment of West Trail heading towards West Creek is very slippery and in poor shape. So if you have not been challenged enough yet, try to ride West Loop Trail back up. This wraps up all the trails currently open at the park. In the rest of this video, I will show you some footage of what riding these trails is like so that you can make your own decision on which trails are appropriate for your skill level. Enjoy it, and as always, ride safely and responsibly.